2.5 years ago, there were a string of suicides from kids being bullied, from cyberbullying to sexting to just classroom or school bullying. I spoke up on TMZ. We got over 10,000 emails from 12 different countries in 8 weeks. It was from a kid saying I was being bullied, a parent saying my kid's being bullied, or an adult saying, hey, I wish you were around to come to my school. Because what I said on TV is, I'll come to your school if you're being bullied. Problem is, I didn't know I was going to get 10,000 emails. And the reason I spoke up about it is because when I was a kid, I was in special ed. I was one of those kids who go to the special room to take the test because I just learned differently. My comprehension rate was just slower, so when I read something, I don't understand it. So we created a program. Everybody got a book right here. This is like a tool. What's your number one tool that you guys use in the field right now?
Verbal.
Okay, so verbal. So this right here supports your verbal tool. And what it does is it gives you a list of questions to build connections and relationships with kids. The idea is we have a program that we have posters from different celebrities. We filmed over 300 celebrities and pro athletes so far, where we put posters up with good quotes. We are very picky about who we have involved. We want the good quality celebrities to speak up and motivate kids. We have a weekly video that we give schools. That's a 3-minute video on what one of the celebrities learned in their life or what they've seen. We also have phone calls to parents, because we want to motivate parents. So what we're able to do with our sponsor this year and next year is donate the programs to a bunch of schools, the PAL programs. We're working with National PAL the last 2 years. We've only had this finished program for 8 months. We launched it in August, and we've gone through 10,000 kids. We're in 10 states. We just partnered with the President's Council on Fitness Nutrition, Michelle Obama's program. So every kid that goes through 6 weeks of the program gets a certificate of completion. So we're doing some really cool stuff for the kids. Everybody has 3 things right now. They have a flyer, they have zero tolerance, and they have a speaker for the schools. The problem is a 30-minute speaker telling you how to do a job as an officer would never teach you how to be an officer. A flyer would never teach you how to be an officer. And zero tolerance, you get in trouble once, you're out. And so we want to keep the kids in the schools learning as much as possible. The one thing we're finding is one kid came up to us, wrote on a piece of paper, my dad beat me so bad that he broke his foot on my face. So the thing we look at is, okay, if that kid then goes to school and picks on another kid, based upon what bullying is around, low self-esteem, or somebody's picking on them, or drugs and alcohol, whatever the issue is in their life, then they take it out on somebody else. And from there, then if that kid had zero tolerance in his school and he picks on somebody else, he's going to go back home, and his dad's probably going to repeat the same exact thing. So my goal is to keep the kids in school, keep the communities safe, and grow the communities' respect level, and build them so that everybody stays in school and has a fun life. The first thing I ask them is on page 35, very simple question. What are 10 things you want in a mentor, 10 qualities? Every kid, and I'm working with gang kids or the more at-risk kids, so they say the more high-energy kids. Every kid that I've worked with writes down, I want somebody loving, caring, on time, helpful, honest, but then they're going out and they're selling drugs. But no kids ever wrote down, I want somebody to sell me crack and make me a drug dealer, or jump me into a gang. The biggest problem is I want to build or help you guys build relationships with kids. So you can walk in and instead of saying, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this, all you got to do is ask them. They're going to write it down, they're going to sign it, and then they start on the program and start going through it. What it will do is, having the kids go through it, is it'll change their mindset of what they're thinking about. Because right now, most of the kids that are doing that crazy stuff, they only see what's at school, what's at home, and then what's on TV. And so they want to emulate or become, just what they see in their world. They don't see, most kids in LA that I'm working with downtown LA with the LAPD or the schools police, they've never been to the beach, and that's 5 minutes away. So it's interesting to be able to see this sort of thing, and so we can open their eyes a little bit to the world and who they can become and who they can be towards other people.